Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Please understand that nothing ever stated in this video before or after is financial advice. I am not, nor have I ever been, a professional or unprofessional financial advisor. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. This is it's going to be a very interesting year for the cryptocurrency markets. For those of you who missed all of last year, you are quite lucky, especially after the collapse of nearly, I think it was roughly around 15 different companies, DeFi platforms, and cryptocurrency exchanges. The cryptocurrency market has been kind of going through the motions, if you will, when it comes to prices collapsing and us seeing over the course of 2022 exactly how messed up the cryptocurrency market had become. However, the silver lining in all of this is that a lot of people do believe that this year, 2023, we are apparently, allegedly on the cusp of having another cryptocurrency bull market. Recently, analytics firm Santiment, that is Santiment, announced, they're always in the news, by the way, they do on-chain analysis. They mentioned that they've been scouring through Twitter and social media platforms and have found out that we are currently around 1/6 to a 1/8 ratio of cryptocurrency conversations hovering around Bitcoin. They say that historically, anytime we have 1/5 of all conversations surrounding cryptocurrencies on social media platforms, that Bitcoin tends to rise. They said the really interesting part is that we are now very close to 1 out of every 6 conversations pertaining to the cryptocurrency market, dealing with the word Bitcoin, bullish, buy or buying crypto, is now at 1/6. They said by the time we get to 1 out of every 5 conversations on social media, Bitcoin historically actually ends up moving up in price. That is quite weird, and it's not something that you would normally hear about. They stated, and I quote, "As illustrated in the above chart, let's look to see when trader interest in Bitcoin begins to hover consistently above this break-even line once again. This signal, along with a bit of distrust in exchanges dissipating as time goes by and hopefully justice being served against the former FTX founders, should be a recipe for a rebound as we head into the new year." The entire idea of what happened during the course of the and still ongoing FTX fiasco has destroyed a lot of trust in the cryptocurrency spaces. But if you watch my other channel where I go over daily news, it's called The Modern Investor. A lot of times I notice very quickly the trends because I go over news daily in the cryptocurrency space. We are currently in the moving away from the despair phase of the cryptocurrency market. Usually we roll around in despair dirt. I don't know. For about a good half a year. This time it was an entire year, but you can see that the news narrative, at least, is already shifting as we have entered into this year. Without missing a beat, one of the more popular, well-known people within the cryptocurrency space, his name is Changpeng Zhao. He is the CEO of the largest cryptocurrency exchange on the planet. We recently had news that at the end of December, after and during the FTX fiasco, Binance actually controlled 92% of all volume for Bitcoin transactions, which is a mighty, mighty large number. Changpeng Zhao stated, however, that the last bear cycle wasn't as bad as all the others. And despite the 20 or so crashes in DeFi platforms and drops in prices and the problems with Terra Luna and Celsius and Voyager and Three Arrows Capital and FTX, yeah, it was a lot last year, and drops in prices, he believes the market remains quite resilient and may turn around in the coming months. The idea that a lot of analysts have been having, especially last year, if you paid attention to the prices, a lot of people did believe that Bitcoin was on its way down to around $7,000 to $10,000. This was the number that was constantly quoted. It was 10,000 and then below if we had seen a continuation of hyper panic within the markets as everyone began to realize that something was amiss with FTX. This also leads us into the final discussion as to what the Federal Reserve is going to be doing with interest rates. For those of you who missed it or are simply unaware, this is one of the bigger ideas as to why people believe that we are going to see a bull market cryptocurrency rebound this year. The Federal Reserve over the course of 2022 has continuously raised interest rates. They told us that they would do so. However, mathematically, this cannot go on forever. The Fed is well aware, as the International Monetary Fund and many other central banks around the world have discussed with the Federal Reserve of the United States, that they cannot keep raising interest rates, because if they do, we are going to fall into a global depression, not a recession, which many analysts believe that we are currently already in. The idea is that they will be raising interest rates again over the course of this year. However, they have hinted at the end of last year, no one knows for certain but them, they're trying to get inflation under control, even though they caused it. And the way that they're trying to do this is by raising interest rates. The idea is you make it unattractive for people to take out debt, and therefore it slows down the economy, and it has worked. Look at all of last year. However, they mentioned that they are going to be slowing this down in some sort of way. We even saw a lower rate hike in December. And all of these things coming together leads us into a bull market. Because the moment the Fed announces that they are stopping and or completely halting for a while their raising of interest rates, the stock market will go back up. We have been heavily correlated with a number of, in the beginning, tech stocks, and now also the stock exchanges as well. So if they move up, we also move up. If the FTX founder ends up being guilty, then, we are probably set up for a very good year. And this is also the year before Bitcoin has a halving. Everything is like the perfect storm for prices to rise. Historically, the year before Bitcoin actually has its halving, and during the year of, we tend to see prices rise quite rapidly as people then begin to realize that they should have, not financial advice, should have been buying Bitcoin before, when it was more readily available and the halving hadn't happened and prices were lower. I think it's going to be a very interesting 2023, so everyone hang on. I do hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. Do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.